Good morning, everybody. Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Khadir College, Adirampattinam, Thanjavur District, Tamil Nadu organizes a webinar on research, innovation and extension. It starts with graph by Dr. A. Sheikh Abdul Khadir, Vice Principal and HOD of Department of Computer Science.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صدق الله العليم.
Next, our Vice Principal, Major Dr. P. Kanavadi, HOD of Economics, will deliver the welcome address.
எல்லா உலகும் ஏகனாய் காக்கும் வல்லோன் உனக்கே வான்புகள் அனைத்தும். Our Mohideen College Internal Quality Assurance Cell organized a webinar on research, innovation and extension activities. First of all, I thanks to our founder, secretary and correspondent of Mohideen College and the institutions. At the age of 26, he started Mohideen High School for the welfare of the rural people education. After that, he has started Mohideen College in the year 1955 for the higher education of the rural people. After that, in the year 1982, he started the Mohideen Girls School for the development of the women education. I don't know how to express my sincere thanks to our beloved Secretary, Janab Dr. S.J. Ablation. He is always granted permission to all the faculty members for the research activities and the innovation activities and extension activities. In the month of January, our respected Secretary, Janab Dr. Rajah Ablation, celebrated his father centenary celebration. In this function, he has introduced very good scheme for the welfare of the rural poor students, that is morning free breakfast system. It is very helpful to all the rural students. And also, he has introduced very good scholarship scheme for downtrodden people. Internal Quality Assurance Cell is the backbone of the institutions. I extend my warm welcome to our beloved Secretary, Janab Dr. S.A. Ablation. 2 years before, he started BA Arabic only for the girl students, and then he started Home Science only for the girl students for the development of women education. I welcome our resource person, Dr. P. Maraippan, Internal Quality Assurance Coordinator and Head of the Department of Zoology, Rajah Serfoji College, Thanjavur. And I welcome our Principal, Dr. M. Mohideen, on behalf of Internal Quality Assurance Cell. And I welcome our college Vice Principals, Dr. A. Sheikh Abdul Khadir, Vice Principal and Head of the Department of Computer Science. And I welcome Dr. A. Amsad, Vice Principal and Head of the Department of Zoology and Organizing Secretary of this webinar. And I welcome IQAC Director, Dr. Mohammed Farooq, and Dr. Algaz, Coordinator of the IQAC, and Dr. Jnana Saravanan, Convener of the IQAC. And I also welcome all the faculty members, all the research scholars, all the teaching and non-teaching staffs. On behalf of Khadir Mohideen College Internal Quality Assurance Cell, thank you very much.
Our dynamic principal, Dr. M. Mohideen, will deliver the presidential address.
Dear participants, first of all, I welcome you all for this webinar on research, innovations and extensions organized by the IQAC team of our college. I wholeheartedly thank our college secretary, Haji Janab Dr. S.J. Abdul Hassan, for constantly encouraging us to organize online activities in this critical period of COVID-19 pandemic. As we all know, now it has been mandatory for every college in India to get NAAC accreditation, and it has become compulsory for every faculty of colleges to be aware of the components of NAAC accreditation process. In continuation of quality initiative measures being undertaken by the IQAC team of our college, this webinar on the third criterion of NAAC accreditation has been organized, and an eminent resource person, Dr. P. Maraippan, the IQAC coordinator of Rajah Serfoji Government Arts College, Thanjavur, is going to discuss the details of Criterion 3 on research, innovations and extension. I hope this talk would be much beneficial to the participating associate professors, assistant professors and research scholars of various colleges spanned throughout India for enriching themselves of the accreditation process. I am also very much happy to inform you that our college IQAC team will be organizing webinars on the other 6 criteria of NAAC accreditation process in the coming days. Once again, I thank you all for your overwhelming support to this webinar. Be separate, be safe and stay home. Thank you all.
IQAC coordinator, Dr. N.M.I. Alhaji, Associate Professor of Chemistry, will introduce the resource person.
Dear professors and participants, good morning to you all. I would like to convey my gratitude to our college secretary, Dr. S.J. Abdul Hassan, and principal Dr. M. Mohideen for giving all supports to IQAC for organizing this webinar. I am happy to let you know that the faculties and research scholars from around 200 colleges spread throughout the country have registered for this webinar, and thank you all for the great support. The IQAC of Khadir College, Adirampattinam is constantly taking many quality initiative measures to enrich faculties of our college and other colleges about the necessary requirements regarding NAAC accreditation in order to prepare them to be strong in knowledge for involving themselves in NAAC accreditation processes in their respective colleges. The present webinar focuses on the third criterion of the NAAC accreditation, research, innovations and extension. At this time, I would like to introduce the resource person to this program. Dr. P. Maraippan is the head of the Department of Zoology, Rajah Serfoji Government College, Thanjavur, and has played constructive roles as IQAC coordinator, and he was instrumental in getting an A-grade NAAC accreditation to his college. In addition, he is holding many administrative responsibilities as RUSA coordinator and NARF nodal officer. He has attended a number of professional training programs in reputed institutions inside and outside Tamil Nadu. He is an active researcher and published many much cited research articles in reputed journals, publications, Wikipedia, and has released 3 subject-related videos on YouTube. Moreover, he has undertaken research projects funded by MHRD, TNSCST, and DST FIST, and organized many national level seminars and symposia sponsored by various agencies like MHRC, National Commission for Women, DPT, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and ICMR on various themes. Such an expert, Dr. P. Maraippan, the IQAC coordinator of Rajah Serfoji Government College, Thanjavur is going to share with you his expertise and let you know what are the aspects that you have to focus on in your colleges for getting a maximum score in Criterion 3. Before the resource person takes over the session, there is an important message for you participants. At the end of the session, you will receive an email with a link for feedback form. Kindly fill the form and submit it to us immediately, and you will receive the participation certificate in mail within 2 or 3 days. I hope you will enjoy the session, and thank you all.
Dear participants, I am much happy to interact with you through this webinar on NAAC assessment and accreditation process. The IQAC of Khadir Mohideen College, Adirampattinam asked me to interact with you the third criteria of NAAC. So that is research, innovation and extension. So my presentation is on key indicators of this third criterion, which is based on the recent NAAC manual, which is revised on 4th February 2020. Wherever or whenever you prepare the SSR, please mind that the core values which is proposed by NAAC, which is very much essential for giving answer to the questions which NAAC asked. So under criterion third, there are 7 key indicators. Of these, 2 are not for affiliated colleges. So of these 7 key indicators, affiliated colleges, whether it may be UG college or PG college, they have to give the data for only 7 key indicators. So in Tamil Nadu, almost all the colleges, they are having at least one PG program, so that the college is considered as UG college. So in this criterion, so we are having, that is affiliated college, there they can have 120 points under 5 key indicators. So we can see indicators one by one. 3.1 promotion of research and facilities. It is not applicable to affiliated college, it is only for autonomous colleges. Here the weightage is given based on the support provided by these colleges for research. Before going into other aspects, we should note one thing: colleges are meant for teaching, not research. So after teaching, on the available time, we are doing some research, so that NAAC gives weightage to the colleges in this criterion. Here, that is 3.1 for affiliated college, it is 3.2 for autonomous colleges. We are talking about affiliated colleges. Here it is 3.1 resource mobilization for research. Here you need not worry about that serial number. You should concentrate on the points which are important. So here the affiliated colleges, they are having 15-point weightage. So it is based on the quantitative measure. So the first one is, that is grants received from government and non-government agencies for research projects, endowment, chairs in the institution during the last 5 years. Here focus on the departmental research projects. And the next one is that percentage of the departments having research projects funded by government and non-governmental agencies during the last 5 years. So any data which you are going to submit in the SSR, it should be the last 5 academic years. The third one is, that is number of seminars, conferences, workshops conducted by the institution during the last 5 years. So for these 3 different categories, they have provided the template in the form of Excel. On that sheet only you have to fill, and also you have to submit the award letter, sanction order, if the project is completed, the settlement order. This kind of information you have to provide. So next one is that is a innovation ecosystem. Institution has created an ecosystem for innovations and has initiative for creation and transfer of knowledge. The knowledge which you have acquired in the institute must be transferred to the society. So we are doing so many research projects that information should reach the community. That is lab to land program like that, or other any innovations that has been developed in these institutions. So for that, several colleges they are having one innovation cell. So the next one is that is number of workshops, seminars conducted on research methodology, intellectual property rights, and entrepreneurship development. So here we are having 10 weightages. So the workshop seminars conducted in this part should not be included any area of the criteria. So you have to give the data only once wherever the criterion. That doesn't matter. You should not give a particular data in two different places. So the next one is research publication and awards. Here we are having 25 marks. Very important thing. So on this category, the first one, the 5 marks which are going to the percentage of the teachers recognized as research guide by the competing authority, that is the affiliating universities. So some of the teachers may have completed PhD, but they may not have obtained guide seat for several reasons. If so, they have to get the guide seat to improve the weightage of the college in the particular criteria. So the first one is that is a 5 marks, 5 weightage that goes to the teacher's quality. The next one is the research publications. So nowadays, so many predatory journals are there. Each and every institution, colleges are also having research publications. The NAAC won't consider the publication which you are having as laundry list. So 10 marks are given for research publication. You may aware of that recently UGC has issued a guidelines or whatever it is regarding that care list journal for a researcher must publish for getting a PhD degree. Whatever it is, your publication must be in a quality journal. So that is quality indices. One of the quality indices is the Science Citation Index. So that you need not worry about that, but at least your paper must be a journal which is listed in the UGC recommended list. For that you are having 10 weightage. Next one is the books and proceedings. So you may conduct so many seminars, symposium, etc. So of that, and the outcome of these workshop seminars, how many proceedings that you bring out and how many books you have published, that too also must have an ISBN number if it is a book, ISSN number if it is a journal. These books and the research papers, you have to provide complete details about the publication, and also you have to upload the soft copy of the paper. You should not give a laundry list, as I already told. You have to give the only that is listed in the care list journal. Otherwise, they will reject your papers during the data validation process. Next one criteria is that is extension activities. For that, you have a chunk or a huge amount of weightage. That is 50. You are having a 50. So in this category, whether it's an affiliated college or autonomous college, that doesn't matter. They are having 50 weightage under 4 different categories. So these categories are extension activities, that is conducted by the college, sensitizing the student to social issues. So here I used to say that one example to you. So last year we had Punjab cyclone. That time, what is the contribution of your students or your institute to the affected people. That is such a kind of social issues, how that is addressed by your students. So here it's a qualitative matrices, so that you have to give a description that also supported by document evidence. Here the awards and the recognition that is received by your college. So several awards and recognitions are given to the colleges based on their extension activities. So one such example I used to quote that our college, Rajah Serfoji Government College, has received an award for serving the blind people. So in our college, in Tamil department, there are 30 blind students. So there is no fee for them, and also we freely provide scribes. So for that we received an award from the government. So such a kind of awards your institute, if any, receive, that also have some value. So the third one is, that is 15 points, that is extension program conducted by NSS, NCC, Red Ribbon Club, ORC, Eco Club, etc. So for this you have to give the document evidence each and every activities which you have conducted. In this category you can have a good number of points. So another one is that participation of students in these extension activities. So last 5 years you have to give the data, how many students are there in your college, and what proportion of the students involved in these activities, extension activities. Based on that you are going to have 20 weightages. So the last one is in this category for colleges is collaboration. So almost all the colleges have some type of collaboration with the industry institutes in various aspects. So for that we are having 20 weightages under 2 categories. Here number of collaborative activities for research, faculty exchange, student exchange, internship per year. So our PG students may do a research project in some other institution. That time we may have a MOE. So for that we can have 10 weightages. And another one is, that is number of functional MOEs, Memorandum of Understanding, with institutions, with other universities, industries, corporate houses during the last 5 years. The MOEs must be a functional one. So if you have signed an MOE that doesn't work here, it must be a functional, so that you have to have some collaboration with that institute. That is very much essential. See, whatever the criterion, whatever the key indicators, as I already told that there are 5 core values which NAAC insists. You have to think of the core values and you have to give the answers for the core values. Finally, I thank the management and the principal of Khadir Mohideen College for inviting me to give a talk on this webinar, for which I personally thank Dr. A. Amsad, Vice Principal of this college and Head of the department, and also I thank the IQAC coordinator for arranging this webinar on important aspect. Thank you, one and all.
Dear participants, this is an additional information to my talk on research, innovation and extension. Regarding publication, NAAC considers only papers published in index journal or otherwise UGC care listed journals. So we are going to have some information in this aspect. On completion of PG project, MPhil research, PhD research or a project, we have to prepare a report and we need to publish the work findings in a research journal. So research journals, there are different types of research journals. So for publication of our article in a journal, we need to select a journal that is $1 million question, which journal I have to select for publication. Here, how do you select a journal for publication for your paper? So as I already told, there are several journals A to Z you can have in your subject. Generally, journals are classified based on peer review process, page charters, subject they publish, and access to the researchers. Broadly, it is classified into general and specialized journal. Here the journal science or nature, these are all general journals, so that you can publish any research work in the field of science. But if you take that journal of biophysics or the journal of medical entomology, you can publish only the papers which are relevant to that particular core area. So you can't publish an aquaculture paper in an entomology journal. So here the journals, nature, science are high impact journals, while the journal of biophysics is lower impact. What is impact? So you can ask a question, what is high impact and low impact? Impact factors. So there are several journals available, so that we are ranking the journals based on their impact. So that impact, so ISI journal citation reports is used for the journal impact factor calculation. The journal impact factor is a measure of frequency with which the average article in a journal has been cited in a particular year. So the impact factor will help you to evaluate a journal's relative importance, especially when you compare it to others in the same field. So what is impact factor? Impact factor, so by having this formula, you can know what is impact factor. The formula says that number of citation divided by total number of articles. This impact factor is calculated over a data of 2 years. It looks very simple, but it is not simple as you like. So that impact factor for a journal is calculated based on the formula A divided by B. See, for example, I here explain that what is the impact factor of a particular journal in the year 2019. So for a journal, particular journal, to calculate the impact factor, so you have to use the formula. You have to have minimum 2 years data. So it is for a period of 3 years window period, you need to have 2 years data. So A is nothing but the number of times articles published in the year 2017 and 2018 were cited in indexed journals during 2019. So B is that the number of articles, reviews, proceedings or notes published in 2017 and 18. Okay, here that A is 100, that is 100 citations that articles published in 2017 and 18 have. B is the articles published in a particular period 2018 and 2018, 2 year period. That journal published 200 articles. That 200 articles have citation in the year 2019 100 times. So 100 divided by 200, that is 0.5. That is the 0.5 is the impact factor of that particular journal for the year 2019. So here we told that indexed journal. What is indexed journal? That is a science citation index is a index, citation index. The journals which are listed in the citation index only, that is known as indexed journal. So that the citations of the journal's article of the indexed journal only concluded or only considered for the evaluation or calculation of the impact factor. So earlier science citation index, social science citation index, arts and humanities citation index were available. Now along with that, conference proceedings, book citation, emerging source citations like the internet, like that, so many citations are included, so that we are having so many citation indices, so that citations of a particular paper available on these indices are used for calculation. So the impact factor, who is going to use that impact factor? Librarians. While subscribing a journal for libraries, the librarians used this impact factor as a quality parameter to subscribe. Publishers and advertisers for publishing an advertisement. So authors like us. So if you have a publication in a high impact journal, so that gives an added value while we are going for interview or a project evaluation like that. Editors for evaluation, they are using these impact factors. So these impact factors, naturally each and every journal wants to improve the impact, their journal impact factor, because the editors, librarians and others are all choose the journals based on the impact factors. So that to improve the impact factor, we have to increase the numerator. So we have to publish more reviews and controversial editorials. So when you want to have a more citation to your article, means if your research paper is a review article, automatically you can have more citations. So if it is a controversial editorial, so now you see that COVID-19, so many papers are appearing on COVID-19. These are all referred by so many people. So that kind of articles fetch more citation. So you have to invite submission from eminent authors. If a particular author who is an eminent or academic person in a particular field, you ask them to review a paper, so that such a review paper is going to have more citation. Self-citation is also one such a factor. So that whenever you are sending a paper for publication, sometimes or most of the times your reviewers may ask you to cite your papers or the journal papers on your paper. So you have to publish better papers. A paper is in good quality, automatically going to have more citation. So if you can alternatively decrease the denominator, so that you have to eliminate the section, some of the section which are not cited by others, you have to eliminate that section from the journal. So in that way, we have to increase the impact factor, so that some nuisance are there. So for example, a new journal, it can't get citation impact factor for 2 years. Some journals, it take a long period for citation like that. Some issues are also there. This factor have some favorable properties, like that is citation index have a wide coverage. Then it's so far there is no quality index, so it is the only widely acceptable quality index. Okay, so misuse of impact factor, it is a absolute value of, and if 2 is very impressive in microbiology but not in oceanography, some subject they can't fetch more citation, so that such a journals are less in impact factor, low impact factor. Comparison between different field is invalid. You can't compare a journal in biology with mathematics. It is not a valid one. So it's not good one. So in engineering, the principal scientific output is conference, proceedings, technical reports and patents. So engineering science, they less bother about publishing papers in journals. They are focused on conference, proceedings like that. So there the impact factor is less. So only ISI database journals are used. That is Institute of Scientific Information. Their database only considered for impact factor calculation. So that is a disadvantage. So targeting journals. So you have to target a journal which has high impact factor, that is very good for your career. So that time you have to very careful like predatory journal. So here you see that Current Science is one of the #1 journal in India, which is published from Indian Academy of Sciences. But like that, another journal, Journal of Current Science is there. So you should not confuse Current Science with Journal of Current Science. Both are differ. So citation analysis. The previous we have discussed the quality of a journal. Here the quality or importance of a researcher, that is known from citation analysis. For example, I have published a paper and my paper has fetched how many citations, or my paper is referred by how many scientists in their work. That is known as citation analysis. Citation indices, so many citation indices are there: acknowledgement index, Chinese science citation index, citation analysis. Indian, they have separate Indian citation index, Google Scholar, like that. Several citation analysis are there. So you can use and you can find out your paper citation. So what is citation index? It is a vastly different approach to organize and accessing than is a commonly used. Citation searching tends to be used mostly by professional researchers. It is very powerful information retrieval tool. It can be tricky. So here you can see that my paper, which is published in a Journal of Bioscience of Indian Academy of Sciences in the year 2000. I am going to see that how many times my papers are referred by others and it is cited in their papers. So here's two examples I gave. In these two papers, they have cited my references. So that ISI Web of Knowledge service for UK, that is ISI Web of Knowledge, that is used to search that citation analysis. This is a earlier version. Now it is linked with that Web of Science, that is a Babylon's, that is a researcher ID. So that is, you can easily find out. So far I have published, that is 20 papers. See, I have published 40 papers, but that ISI citation analysis, that is 20 only listed. The remaining 20 papers are not listed in their citation database. That is not considered for evaluation. So that my 20 papers only considered for that citation analysis. So that papers have fetched 251 citations. Okay. So that bottom one is that is retrieved, that information of citation is of my papers, that is retrieved from Google Scholar. So here you can see that my citations are 518. Okay, my 40 papers have fetched 518 citations, but in this ISI database, that is the authentic database, it shows only 251. That is because of most of the journals which I have published is not indexed in that Web of Science database. Here this you can see that my profile. Here the profile of that one of the organizer, Dr. A. Amsat of Khadir Mohideen College. For your comparison sake, I have included here. Here you see that SAR has published, that is SAR's publication, 28 were listed in that Web of Science, which fetched 97 citations only. So regarding Google Scholars, you can see that totally 439 citation of his papers. So some differences are there. That is because of indexed service. So you have to publish a paper which is indexed in that science citation index. Otherwise, that paper is not considered for evaluation. Thank you for your patient hearing. Whatever the doubt, you mail us, I will explain. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am happy to propose vote of thanks on behalf of IQAC, Khadir College, Adirampattinam, Thanjavur district, Tamil Nadu. I wholeheartedly thank our college secretary, Dr. S.J. Abul Hassan, for constantly encouraging us to organize online activities like this webinar in this critical period of Corona-19 pandemic. I express my gratitude and sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. M. Mohideen, for his constant encouragement and all his support to conduct this webinar in a grand success. I want to record our sincere thanks to Vice Principals, Major Dr. P. Ganapathy, HOD of Economics, and Dr. A. Sheikh Abdul Khadir, HOD of Computer Science. I express my sincere thanks to the organizing committee, IQAC Director Dr. N.A. Mohammed Farooq, Associate Professor of Chemistry, IQAC Coordinator Dr. N.M.I. Alhaji, Associate Professor of Chemistry, and Convener Dr. S. Jnana Saravanan, Assistant Professor of Physics. I also record our sincere thanks to HODs of all departments and Associate Professor and Assistant Professor of our college. In this context, I also express my sincere thanks to the technical assistance provided by Dr. S. Jnana Saravanan, Assistant Professor of Physics, and Mr. S. Asaruddin for his technical assistance to conduct this seminar, this webinar in a successful manner. I lastly express my sincere appreciation and thanks for the participation of associate professors, assistant professors, and research scholars. Without your participation, this webinar would not be very successful. Therefore, once again I express my sincere thanks to all the participants. Thank you. I wish to express our sincere thanks to the resource person, Dr. P. Maraippan, IQAC Coordinator, Head and Assistant Professor of Zoology, Rajah Serfoji Government College, Thanjavur, for his acceptance for the offer to act as a resource person, and nice and elaborate presentation of the NAAC third criteria, research, innovation and extension. Once again, I express our sincere thanks to the resource person. Thank you, sir.